All right, let's take you to Durban now, where the festive season is here, and that particular city's beaches are the major talking points this December. Several beaches across eThekwini have been affected by the E. coli levels. Now, the eThekwini municipality is racing against time to solve the crisis. Deputy Mayor Nqobile Madlala gave an update earlier, and eNCA's reporter Nqobile Madlala joins me now for more details. Nqobile, very soon there'll be a huge influx of tourists in Durban, and already they turned off by the fact that there's this issue when it comes to the beaches there. What did the Deputy Mayor say?
Well, at this point, the Deputy Mayor is trying to figure out, Masego, how to work with businesses on the ground. We do know that in a number of people that are affected, you would imagine that those tourists, Masego, would be going to areas like surf shops where they will get an understanding on how to enjoy the water to the maximum capability. And those are some of the areas that are now affected, the surf shops. They're saying that they're seeing a bit of decrease in the number of people that are coming through to their shops. And so they're looking into ensuring that they do work with the Deputy Mayor, also who looks into that infrastructure, and see how they can fix the problem that is currently in Durban. So I want to bring in a surfer who's been here, and also you own a surf shop. I mean, I understand that business hasn't been going very well, but why is this and how can it be fixed?
Yeah, so I've been in the surf industry for 50 years. My family had surf shops for the last 40 years. We have one of the biggest surf shops in the country right behind us here at North Beach. Our trade, since the floods of April and the following flood in May, and then the beaches being closed for E. coli reported levels, my turnover is down 35% on the year. I employ 10 people. If it carries on like this, we're going to have to cut back. The surf shop right next door to me, he's been there for many years. He closed down in October. He couldn't make it anymore. The surf shop at the bottom of eNCA Hotel, when they closed the beaches from April, May, June, he closed down in July, also couldn't carry on. So it's having a significant impact on our financial, on our returns and our sales. We're seeing a decrease of tourists to Durban, because why would people come to a beachfront hotel if they can't go to the beach and enjoy the water? So that's been a problem. So we're seeing the numbers drop. But besides that, we're wanting to shine a spotlight on the problems that do exist, like the broken sewage pumps. And we can see that the work is being done. I know I work with the Dr. River and the Litterboom project, so we're very aware that the Umhlanga pump station that was broken for ages, it has been fixed. We're now aware that the pipes leading up to the pump need to be repaired, but at least that's one that's done, and there's more that are being worked on at the same time. So we're shining a spotlight on getting these things fixed to reduce the problem. On the other hand, what I'm concerned about is we do private testing of the beaches once a week through Talbot Laboratories and a Dr. River, and the results we're seeing there show that a lot of the Durban beaches, from the harbour all the way through to the Mngani River, which is 9 kilometres, there are no sewage pumps, there are no inlets in this area. Those readings done by Talbot Laboratories are showing that for the last 6 months, the Durban water has actually been safe, clear, and me and my staff and a whole group of us, you'll see on my Surf HQ videos I put out every morning, I do a weather report at 7 a.m. There's dozens of surfers, hundreds of surfers surfing. So we haven't got sick.
But I mean, we understand that there's some surfers that have gotten sick as well.
Okay, so where we got to be specific is that this Golden Mile beachfront is where I'm saying the testing is not being done correctly. Maybe the municipal equipment's faulty. They're closing the beaches unnecessarily. I'm a believer that if the beach is closed because it failed the water quality standards, definitely close it. But if a beach, like we show in Talbot, the water's clear and we can surf, and we do, and we haven't got sick, none of us for years, for months, the guys that you're referring to are not exactly at North Beach where I'm standing. North Beach to South Beach, where the multitudes do come, where our crowds come, where our business comes from. None of us have got sick here. The one incident you're referring to is a little bit further north up that way, and that was surfing right in front of a stormwater drain just after rain. Stormwater drains are there to wash out whatever's in the gutters and that. Right. So you're going to get a rise and a spike. All
right. I want to bring in PG Mavundla. Please, if you can speak to us, how's this helping to speak to some of the surfers here? Is it going to help with beaches being open?
Well, first of all, I decided to take an angle as a businessman, to come here and talk to the business people and really understand their frustration, politics aside. What we are learning is that the people who are in the surfing business here, who have been in this business for years, their understanding is completely different. We have now learned that the reading that they're taking from the private testing laboratory is completely different from the municipality. So the undertaking that I've given them is that we're going to get around as a city with the business and them as an expert in the field and look at this. Remember that the city, we even have water scientists in our employ. So basically, we cannot fail to be able just to pick up exactly where the problem is. And that's what we want to do. Remember, Durban rely very much on tourism. So we can't just sit at the city hall and say things, have fun. We are fully aware of a negative reporting that has happened after the mayor was in our beach demonstrating that they are safe. And then there was a person that was posted saying he's been sick and so on and so on. We now understand that is because the man was on the wrong side of the beach, which was not supposed to be, but that's not where we are. Where we are at the moment is that from South Beach to the north of the beach, we really would like to get our people swimming, but this needs to be scientifically proven that it is safe, which is what we're embarking on now.
Deputy Mayor, the infrastructure cannot be fixed immediately, though. If you can be honest with us, how long will it take?
Well, let's look at that. We know we had a problem in the north of Durban, especially in the Nqobile area. Up to now, we still have a problem. We know that we've got a problem in the south of Durban that affects very much what is called Umlazi River that leads into Umlazi Canal. We are very clear on that one. Now, if you take the stretch between those two river mouths and the area that we're talking about, it's a completely different story. We don't have any river flowing into the particular area that we are talking about. If you go to Umhlanga, it's a completely different story. You've got Umhlali River there that is affecting that part of the fishing area. So basically, we are very clear about the distances and everything that is happening in these areas.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor speaking to us, Masego, about those issues, but it seems there's a lot to still work on from what we're hearing. But the surface saying that they are ready to serve from the south to the north, but not, of course, to Umhlanga at this point.